match in the men's competition will be contested by Australia and New Zealand. The All Black Sevens in unfamiliar territory for the first time in Commonwealth Games history. Since Rugby Sevens has been there, they are not playing for gold. They will be really determined, though, to pick up a medal here, as will Australia, who have never beaten New Zealand at the Commonwealth Games. Nick Malouf, their captain, there he is, the number 10. So crucial to everything they do. Ben Breakspear from Wales is your referee. New Zealand with the taonga, held high by Sam Dixon. This one still means something, make no mistake. Caleb Tangatau, one of the newcomers, a 19-year-old. Matt Gonzalez, a rookie in the Australian Sevens team. Australia up against the 5-time gold medalists in Commonwealth Games, New Zealand. Playing for bronze. It's gone forward off the kickoff. And Australia will set the scrum. Yeah, they've never beaten them at Commonwealth Games, Australia, but they did beat them at the London Sevens final in May. Extra time, golden point, good muscle memory from that match. Former Wales Sevens captain Philippa Tatiet alongside for this one. Important attacking opportunity here for Australia. Here's Nawaqanita Wasi, the rookie, flicks it out the back, and it's fallen into New Zealand hands. Here's Sam Dixon, the captain, missed the Olympic Games. Now the proud skipper of them here, and Leroy Carter scoops it up and charges away. Nawaqanita Wasi on the chase, but Carter wins it. All smiles for Leroy. New Zealand strike first in the bronze medal match.
What about that for the offload? You find sometimes in sevens, you know, when the ball goes to deck, defences can almost stop. That's the time where they should kill, they should flood, they should be on that ball. But instead, they just leave it open for Leroy Carter to scoop it up, and what a scoop it was. It literally, as soon as he got that in his hands, he was gone. There was no stopping him. Great way for New Zealand to open up.
Yeah, that mullet's been flying across Rugby Sevens fields ever since he joined this team. Leroy Carter this season. He is all energy, converted by McGarvey Black, 7-0. New Zealand lead. McGarvey Black restarts play. Nawaqanita Wasi, who's really added something to this starting Australian Sevens since the injury to Samu Karevi on day 2. 41 Test cap Wallaby, unavailable for the rest of the tournament. Here's Henry Patterson, who scored a hat-trick against New Zealand in that London Sevens final, including the winner on golden point. The New Zealand-born Josh Turner now for Australia gives it to Henry Hutchison. Heavy contact there with Sam Dixon. He just rolled him. One too many, did Hutchison.
It's so hard, you know, you're going into that contact area with so much momentum, but then as soon as you hit the deck, you have to stop and present. Sometimes you can easily get caught in that rotation. But it's a penalty because it prevents the opposition from being able to get hands on the ball.
McGarvey Black to Carter. Here's Joe Webber. Missed the 2018 Commonwealth with injury. Dylan Collier now. Tangatau's with him. He's under the attentions of Matt Gonzalez. Smaller man, but look at the counter-ruck go from Australia. Looking to win the decision here on the floor, but Webber's arrived and somehow just maintained possession there for New Zealand. Really important stuff from Webber. Here's Tony Nashu. Loose ball to Dixon, but picking it up was Hutchison. He got levelled by Dixon as he did so. Patterson to Nawaqanita Wasi. Leroy Carter puts him over the sideline. New Zealand go quickly. Collier. Tangatau. The Aucklander trying to get round on the outside, but he'll go into touch, will he? No. Stays in field for Australia. Turner off the floor, now a high tackle. Penalty. Malouf to Dietrich Roach. Jump step. Gonzalez just drifts into a half gap. Thinks about the offload. Another penalty against New Zealand. Henry Patterson to Turner. Left foot step, and again, Josh Turner scores for Australia. Kiwi-born, getting it done for the green and gold.
What an incredible step to do one defender, but to then to be able to do the second. Defensively, you'd like to see that inside player, what we call closing the gate. So as much as you're coming across, you're also pushing up. So then if a player does step inside your outside defender, you're there to grab them and tackle them. But unfortunately, the New Zealand defence there just went too lateral, which opened him up for the second step back in.
Yeah, Josh Turner, he won the restart in extra time at the London Sevens, which ended up in the Golden Point winning try. He's a little man, but he gets himself about. A member of the Manly Marlins club in Sydney these days. Dietrich Roach has added the extra 2. It was a wobbly old conversion, but it got there. 7 each, 2 minutes to go in the first half. The hush descends over Coventry Stadium, awaits this restart from Roach. Tangata lifted high, just evades Carter, and Collier can't hold on either. And then Leroy Carter just says, hey, Matty Gonzalez, you ain't going any further.
You have to be careful that it's not a shoulder barge and there is a wrap in regards to the tackle technique.
Okay, speed to set, John.
Yeah, I think he's a bit lucky there. There was no clear wrap around that player.
Change for Australia. Nawaqanitawasi's gone to the sideline. Corey Toole is out there just behind this scrum in the 3-shirt. Here he comes. Speaking of mullets, look at him go. One more pass for Dietrich Roach. Webber with the tackle around the bootlaces. Brilliant defence from the veteran All Black Sevens player.
That was brilliant work by Joe Webber. I mean, he chased down the first ball receiver at Link. Literally stayed as close as he could in tackle distance until the ball was released, and then he could push on and make the last-ditch tackle as well. Really composed stuff.
Yeah, Australia picks up bronze twice. 98 in Glasgow, 20, 14. Time back on. Them too. Both of these teams have been held scoreless in the second half of their semi-finals. Well, they ended up in the bronze medal match. This one's tight. 7 each. 30 to go in the first half. Carter. Webber. Moses Leo. Leo's away. All the pace in the world. Look at him go. Westlake Boys High School. Moses Leo puts the All Black Sevens in front.
Outstanding pace from Leo on the outside edge there, but you've got to give credit here to this man, Joe Webber. Perfectly timed. He knew that his winger had enough space. He didn't need to stay alive. He didn't need to stay on his feet. He could afford to soak up that tackle, because as much as then Joe Webber's not on his feet, neither is the other Australian defender. So it's clever play.
Wonderful shots of Moses Leo running it in for New Zealand. The conversion, mate. 14-7 from right in front. There it is, Mugabe Black. New Zealand go to half-time in the bronze medal match. 14 points to 7 over Australia. Got one of the best handoffs you will ever see.
You have to start, yeah? You have to start.
On the field at the moment. Clark, maybe we'll see him in the second half. Hutchison waits the restart. No Scott Curry for New Zealand. Injured his hamstring in the semi-final. Heavy hit from Collier on Dietrich Roach. Corey Toole has a sneak down the short side, but flings it across field. Here's Malouf, Aussie captain. So emotional after that London Sevens victory over New Zealand. Corey Toole at pace, just skips inside Webber, but again Webber has the defensive capability to chop him onto the floor.
Going forward, scrum.
Scrum Australia. Going forward, you don't often see that in sevens.
Attacking team. Unplayable.
Interesting call there. Great footwork. You're not going to get past Joe Webber. What a fantastic tackle.
Māori All Black, also Waikato. Bay of Plenty. New Zealand under 20s and Barbarians. There's a play on the far side for New Zealand getting some attentions. Narohi Nagabi Black is up on his feet, but doesn't look well, to say the least. Bit of the magic water there, I think.
Not a lot of physio can do about that, so...
This is going to be Santa, Hatcher.
Just breathe.
Are we all good, gents?
Just
all
not
good?
too deep.
Okay, time on. In and out. Crouch!
Tony Nashu, Dylan Collier.
Bind!
Sam Dixon sets the scrum for New Zealand, but it's a feed to Australia. Matt Gonzalez. Turner scored a cracking try in the first half, just loses his footing there. Henry Patterson juggles but holds on. Maloof. Deirdre Roach. Leading point scorer on the Sevens World Series. Weber again. Just makes
Advantage,
the tackle.
side entry 3.
Just automatic routine defence with Joe
3,
Weber, and they
side
get the
entry.
penalty again.
Okay, just relax, gents.
Routine defensive set there for New
easy.
Zealand. They play a high arc, so they put pressure on the
Side entry
centres,
3.
but they're more than happy to give on the edges. They're comfortable letting a team attack them from coast to coast, from side to side. And that patience paid off that time.
If they're going to tap it, lads, get some speed in the game, please. Yeah.
Referee Ben Breakspear just tells Dixon to get a wriggle on. A change of direction from Weber to Narohi Magabi Black. He's put on the floor. Collier arrives. 4 New Zealand players are in and around that breakdown. Loose pass over the top of Carter. And Leo reacts really well and bursts clear once again. Okay, here comes Corey Toole, but no, he won't have the pace because Moses Leo will run clear again for his second score.
Again, the bobbling ball just catching the defence a little off guard. It was a little bit of an optimistic pass to be able to get there. But as much as the Aussie defence tried to close in and shut it down, they just gave Leo that extra little bit too much. See there, Carter thinks he's going for the grab. But Leo's in a far better position, coming onto it at pace. He just plucks that ball out of the air.
They got some fine young players coming through the New Zealand Sevens system. He's one of them, Moses Leo. On the North Shore of Auckland, being part of the North Harbour set up over there. Collier chases the restart. Into the hands now of Sione Molia. Veteran of this New Zealand Sevens side now.
Advantage.
Collier. Nathan Lawson doesn't bother dummy. 2 big units in contact there. Penalty New Zealand. 3:30 to go here. 21-7. 2 converted tries ahead. Moses Leo after the try. And a hongi for Narohi Magabi Black.
Some pictures. This is not appeal for everything. Yeah, let's take a moment. Thank you.
Particular way to greet each other in New Zealand. Perhaps celebrate a try as well.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Scrum moves forward. Here's Leo again. He's everywhere. Here's Leroy Carter with Molia. Carter reaches out with the left arm. Try awarded. How on earth did he do that?
Incredible pace onto the ball then. He was running a lovely arc. He was just teasing the Australian defence to bite on his inside. And he just keeps pushing and pushing. He's thinking about releasing the winger. And then he knows he gets into stretching distance. Tucks it. Goes for that dive. Look, he embraces the tackle. He knows he's near one reach, and he's in.
He just does everything with pace and aggression, doesn't he? Even when he hugs his teammates, it's done with big energy. Mugabe Black can't have the extra two, but a bit of daylight now. 2 minutes to go, not impossible, but 26-7.
Clock's on the screen.
Takes something pretty extraordinary from here for Australia. Restart to the near side. There's Shea Clark. There he is. Beautiful catch high in the air. Schoolboy star, fresh out of school, and now a chip and chase from Aquila. Orokolisoa, Lawson for Australia.
Oh!
I think Lawson might have won it. They'll check.
Time off.
Gonna have to check this, not only for grounding, but did the ball run out of play?
Try yes or no, please.
Okay, Ben, checking.
Have a
Try
look.
yes or no.
I think he just gets it. There's certainly pressure in the in-goal area, so the ball has not gone dead.
Or is it simultaneous?
Exactly.
Let him do his job.
And if it is, it'll go back to New Zealand ball.
Both their hands are on it at the same time.
So if both
Ben,
players are
go
applying
ahead.
Have
downward
a
pressure,
decision. It's simultaneous grounding,
Okay.
so it's a 5-metre scrum attacking ball. Okay.
Thank you.
there you go, back to New Zealand
Let
ball.
me explain, lads. Joshy, let me
Well done,
explain.
Philippa. Good understanding of the laws of the
So
game.
TMO
5
rule,
metre
we
scrum
have
for New Zealand.
simultaneous grounding. Therefore, it's not a 22 restart. It's going to be a 5-metre scrum attacking ball, okay? There's no try. Scrum 5 attacking ball.
Australians are asking what, sir? But yeah, that's the law.
TMO seeing a simultaneous grounding. It's just attacking scrum 5 metre out.
What's a try saver anyway by Nathan Lawson.
Absolutely is, yep.
Well to get back. 26-7 now. New Zealand and
Okay.
control the
Time
clock,
back on.
control the scoreboard,
Crouch!
and look forward to
Bind!
picking up a bronze medal here
Set!
in Birmingham. And, well, Australia have got a free kick. Morris Longbottom's out there off the bench. Interesting, he hasn't been starting for Australia. Very much used his impact by John Minetti. Nawanga
Playing
Wasi
the half back.
is scragged at the scrum. That's a penalty. So here's Lawson. Ben Maher to Longbottom to Turner. Long pass back under his own sticks to Nawanga Wasi. Gets away from one. Put on the floor, flicks it out the back to Lawson. Tackle coming in from Molia for New Zealand. Inside the final minute now. Needs to be quick, Australia. They're a long way from home. Mark Nawanga Wasi. There's the offload to Longbottom. Little in and away. Little Mozza, as they call him. And now it's Ben Maher, the long-rangey stride. Lawson, Roach, Patterson for Australia! Henry Patterson has flown into the corner just like he did in London when they won the final.
Not sure if he's in touch before the grounding, so check try or no try, please.
So you've got a grounding check and touch, yeah? Okay. Lace, try yes or no, please.
Okay,
Let's
Ben,
have a look at
checking.
this.
Try yes or no.
Oh, it's like the sideward Superman. The ball is down first before
Ben,
his legs.
have a decision. You may award the try.
Wow.
Well, what a finish. We've seen a few of those in recent times, but that is right up there from Henry Patterson. Kick didn't make it from Roach out wide, so still a 2-score game. Nawanga Wasi flicks it back to Longbottom, but Moses Leo's onto it for New Zealand. Oh, what an offload that is from Moses Leo. And Tangatau will try and seal the deal for New Zealand, but he's been held up, says the referee. Well, the offload from Leo was just out of this world. But how about the cover D from Australia?
Absolutely incredible. And key was not only making that tackle, but getting the turn and holding the player up. Incredible.
Well, the final whistle has gone. And we have been treated to a match worthy of a gold medal contest here. New Zealand take bronze in Birmingham, as the Black Ferns did in the previous match.